Hey everybody, it's Brock and we got a brand new episode of All About. Today we have a very large angelfish to talk about, one that sometimes does get confused with the French angel because they almost look like twins. Today we're learning all about the gray angelfish, or some people like to just call them the black angelfish as they do get older. Prices on them, I couldn't find juveniles less than $120 online. So they are definitely a more expensive fish. It seems like they're pretty rare on the market right now, so prices have definitely jumped up on them. So if you want to get one of these, you'll definitely have to pay a pretty penny to get one. Tank size, I'd recommend a 250-gallon tank just because of the sheer size that they get as they do become an adult. Like the one you see in the video, they get huge. Care level, I would say moderate, mainly just because of feeding. A lot of times whenever you first get these angels, you want to have a wide variety of food able to give to them because they sometimes only like specific things. So make sure you got spirulina on hand, a bunch of hair algae that's in your tank. That would be a great natural source for him to eat on. Also get some dry seaweed you can put on a clip for him. Anything like that, just keep multiple different types of food just in case he is a little stingy at first. But other than that, once he does get accustomed to the tank, everyone says they are a very hardy angelfish to have, and they'll live many, many years in your tank. Temper, I would say semi-aggressive, mainly just because they are such a large angel. They definitely become the kings and queens of the tank. They can be very territorial over their spots, so you want to have plenty of room for him to take over, and that way for newcomers that come in, they aren't so aggressive towards them. Reef compatibility, definitely not with this angel because they are very picky on your corals. You know, stonies, softs, clams, even zoas. I mean, they'll pick at it all. So you definitely want to make sure if they're going into a tank, you don't want any kind of reef in there going on. No corals because they will see those as snacks. Now, messing with any kinds of shrimp or smaller fish, you really won't have a problem with that. The only thing you could really run into is if they do get territorial over their cave that they like to hang in. Temperature, I'd say 72 to 78 will keep them happy. DKH, 8 to 12. pH, 8.1 to 8.4. And your salinity, 1.020 to 1.025. Everything's basic there. Now, they are a very large angelfish, especially when they get older. So whenever you have such a large fish, you usually got to feed them more. And with more feeding and more eating, you definitely have a higher chance of spiking your tank just because those nitrates and the ammonia can rise with that much food going on in the tank. Make sure you keep up with your levels, do your water changes, and just stay on top of it. Max size, they can get over a foot long. This one in the video is easily a foot and a half or bigger. So you can definitely expect this angel to get huge. So you definitely want plenty of room. You want a nice long tank, plenty of swimming room for him, very wide. That way he's very happy in the tank. Colors on them is very unique whenever they are juveniles. They have a black body with these pale yellow white stripes running up and down his body, which is why a lot of people think they're French angelfish because they have the exact same coloration going on. And as the gray angelfish becomes an adult, you'll see they get this light gray body with these black polka dots all over them. So they are very pretty. Main difference you can usually start to tell is when they get bigger because the adults in the grays will have black polka dots on them, and then the actual Frenches will have a lot more gold in their polka dots. Diet, they are an omnivore. They are a very heavy eater, like I was saying, so you're going to have to feed them algae multiple times a day. Make sure you got some more meaty stuff in there too, like spirulina has some shrimp mixed up in it. They'll love that as well. Origin, they come from the western Atlantic all the way down to Brazil. Swimming up and down there, you'll see a bunch of divers see them all the time. Compatibility, just ask. You can house them with other angels in a large enough tank, but you definitely want to make sure there's plenty of room, and especially when adding angels together, you try to add them at the same time because that'll help keep their aggression down, and then you also won't have to deal with any kind of fighting. For the structure of the tank, just make sure you have plenty of live rock in there for grazing. They're going to be constantly looking at those rocks, looking for algae to pick on. You'll just see them running around eating on those rocks all day long. You want large caves and you want overhangings. That way they have nice dark spots they can go and swim in and hide out at night or when they get scared during the day. But you also want to have some open area too, because they do swim along the reefs. They aren't deep in it. So you want to keep that open area too for them to swim in, as they are such a large fish. Other than that, that pretty much gives you all you need to know about taking care of the gray angelfish. If you do have any more questions, please leave them down in the comments or reach out to me on social media. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great week.